Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to share with you 5 things I think you should know about the powerful, amazing, hopeful February Ascension energy here in 2019. January was rough. It was intense. It was a purge. It was a life, emotional body shake-up times 100. It was powerful, man. But February is like the opening that the necessary energy of January created. An opening of new directions, new beginnings, new excitements, new projects, new relationships, new horizons, new awarenesses of who we are at the core and what we're really capable of accomplishing here in this earth plane. I am very excited about February, man. I really am. It's going to be just a really good month. It's going to be a really awesome month. And as I always do, I'm going to break this down into 5 separate themes to help clarify my message. Before I do, I want to let you know I've created a brand new guided meditation MP3. It's totally free, and it's designed to help you reconnect with your higher self, with your intuition, with your inner being, with your inner source of guidance that we all possess. You don't have to rely on the limited character who's only been here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years on planet Earth. You can rely on the wisdom of your soul, and we all have that. And this meditation will help you connect with it. It's totally free and optional. Check it out down below to the top of the description box if you'd like. And with that said, I will now see you inside of the video. Number 1, the veil is thinning. It's thin. It's already thin right now, very much so. The veil that separates our perception of the physical versus the non-physical, the ephemeral, the spirits. You tapping into and experiencing the reality of the many elements of the spirit world will be easy. It'll be kind of natural. It won't be so like, wow, one day that would be crazy if this happened. It'll be like, yeah, oh, cool, that happened. It's going to become more natural because you're becoming more accustomed to the higher vibration state of consciousness. And I'll give an example. So as I've been mentioning recently, my wife was doing this dieta. It's a plant dieta where she restricts her diet a lot and aims to connect with the spirit of a particular plant. She ingests a plant and kind of meditates on it. And honestly, I wasn't skeptical. I'm open to a lot of these things, as you can imagine, but I never really got why she was doing it. The craziest thing happened. One night, I was trying to fall asleep, and I was startled as I look over my shoulder, and I could see there were like 3 beings around her. One of them was a very obvious sort of shape of just white light, and it was just they were just kind of watching over her, and it freaked me out. Anyways, that kind of stuff has happened to me before, so I didn't make too big of a deal of it. I went to sleep. In my dreams, I swear to you, the plant spirit of the Ajo Sancho, or whatever she was dieting, they were there. They were like multiple spirits connected to this one plant, and they were in my dreams. I don't remember what they were saying, but they were clearly outsiders, sort of in my dream, not the normal projections of my normal consciousness into the dream metaphors. These were other beings, other spirits in my dreams. They were talking to me. They wouldn't leave me alone. They were kind of cool, actually. But my point is, I woke up and it's like, oh, okay, that just happened. That's a crazy story. And yet it happened to me. And I'm not the most spiritual, psychic, mystical person. One last example. I had a retreat at my house recently, and the shamans there, they did a spirit animal guided meditation. And out of like 20 people, just about every single person had a pretty easy time getting clear perception and experience of their spirit animal. Come to find out, I have a whole bunch of spirit animals, and so do a lot of people. It was just wild, and yet not all that surprising. If you haven't had anything like this happen, just try. You might be surprised at how easy and how natural it is now. Number 2, a deeper embodiment of your true calling and purpose. If you guys haven't noticed yet, there is not just one singular thing you got to find out that you came to do here on earth. It's almost like, I heard a great example out of a book I'm reading, and they look at like your life purpose like a series of circles that are gradually like layers of an onion almost, getting to the core. And many of us are like maybe on the outer layer. We have a career that once excited us, that was maybe the closest resemblance of a purpose that we could really tap into at that time of our life. But as you go through this transformation process, you start to pierce the layers. You start to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the real core essence of your purpose here on earth. And I'll give an example. For a while, one of my outer shells or outer purposes was starting a gym and training people. I knew I came here to transform and help people. That was all I could really wrap my mind around at the time. So that was my purpose. That was not my purpose. It was my purpose. But as I transformed, it became obvious to me that there's something more. There's something maybe deeper, another layer. And that's when I began doing YouTube. Beyond that, I started coaching people. And now recently I had this retreat at my house, and that was by far the most incredible experience, one of them of my entire life. I have never felt so at home in the embodiment of my purpose than doing that retreat. For me, that's one of the more inner circles that I sort of worked my way through. But you, regardless of which circle you're on, you're going to find yourself either being called to or experiencing a deeper embodiment of your purpose, your mission, your truth, your preferred creative outlet at this time. And you know what? It feels amazing. It's like a feeling of homecoming. It's a feeling of wholeness. It's a feeling of excitement, and just at times just pure joy. So regardless of where you're at in your life, the theme of this month is going to help you make your way through those layers and get into a very deep embodiment of your purpose. And you're going to attract exactly what you need when you need it to help you do just that. Number 3, you'll notice a bright light cast upon anything in your life that doesn't really harmonize with this new, deeper embodiment of your true core, natural, awesome self. This could be a job, it could be a relationship, it could be anything. It could be where you live, it could be the TV shows you're currently watching, the food you're eating, the clothes you're wearing, the car you're driving. It could be anything, part of your daily routine. It's going to start to stick out. Things are going to start to really become obviously not a match for your life. Not a match vibrationally. You won't feel good emotionally. There'll be a clear discernment of this activity or what situation weighing you down. You'll sense it's blocking you. You'll sense it's preventing you from going forward. But that's okay. Life is going to always be a series of that. Coming into deeper awarenesses of who we are and then letting go of what's not currently serving, even though it may have been serving previous to you. But this can sort of present the conundrum of, how do I let this go? I don't really know what'll happen if I let go. I don't exactly have enough intel or an alternate plan B. All I'm being told by my inner guidance right now is to let this go. And it can be very scary. I'm going through this too. I was working months on these 2 new membership programs. And they were inspired creative expression for me. I felt really guided to do them. But now that I've come closer to my truth by doing these retreats, it's causing me to reevaluate anything. And it's funny because I just launched this one course and then I pulled the plug on it. I could sense this is not any longer, as of like yesterday, where I need to be focusing my energy. And I just sort of pulled the plug on it. But it's scary. It's something I've been doing for a while. But I've been on this path long enough to know that when there's something very obviously sticking out in my life that isn't working, it's safe to let that go. Because of all the other things I'm going to share with you throughout this reading. There will be support, there will be seeds of insight, there will be perfect timing, synchronicities, and all the help you could possibly imagine. Like the wind at your back from the universe helping you follow your purpose. So if there's something like that in your life, You can listen. Don't listen to just Victor. Listen to yourself. I'm sure your intuition's already saying, let it go. Let it go. It's okay. It's safe. Just like an angel who's afraid to fly. Finally, they just do it. They just jump. They take a leap of faith. And they fly off that mountain. And all of a sudden, these gorgeous, majestic, beautiful, graceful wings start flapping. And they're flying. There was no need for the wings previous to that jump. So the angel might have suspected they don't have them. You got to jump first, and then you will fly. Number 4, perfectly timed, necessary, relevant, inner transformation. Maybe you haven't really stepped fully into the embodiment of your true core natural self, as I was sort of insinuating, but maybe you're very close. Maybe you feel like you're ironically further away than ever because emotional blocks that were once dormant are blasting you in the face they are an obvious interference and contradiction to the person you want to be. I'll give an example. That sounded kind of wishy-washy. I've been feeling guided to go for these retreats, as I've been sharing about in quite a bit of my content recently. So ironically, you know what's been coming up for me? Something I thought I already dealt with a long time ago. Intense, sometimes paralyzing social anxiety. I was starting to feel abnormally triggered and awkward around crowds of people. And I thought, well, maybe retreats aren't for me. I started really doubting my inspirations and dreams because the social anxiety seemed so formidable. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just an introvert. Maybe it's just not really going to happen for me. Maybe I should do what's more natural to me and what's easier for me. But you know what happened? The morning. I knew that was bullshit. I went for it anyway, which I suggest you do as well, because I know how this goes. Anyway, the morning of the retreat, I am not even lying to you. You know what happened? I released all of that anxiety in about 30 minutes. We had a combo ceremony at my house, and I wasn't going to even do it. It's an intense experience, though very beneficial. I had alternate plans. I had plans that everyone would show up at my house. A bunch of them would be doing the combo. I would sort of skip off to Bikram yoga, sort of a safer, softer way of tuning in for the weekend. But as I even announced to everyone, I said, I'm going to be going, guys. You guys have fun. I'll see you in a couple hours. It didn't feel right. When I made that announcement, I felt inside a dissonance, like, it's not cool to abandon your tribe. They came to see you, Vic. And I just knew I should participate in that combo ceremony as well. It was so cathartic for me. It was so amazing, so perfect, that before I really had to engage with everybody, I went through that ceremony and I let it all go. I felt as light as a feather. I just purged it out. And I guarantee no one at that retreat would have ever guessed, even ever believed, that I had social anxiety to begin with, because I was so natural. I was so on point. So how I am now, I was able to finally express that to the people around me. But if you would have asked me a week prior, I was questioning the whole thing. I said, these retreats must not be for me because I'm not the kind of person who can handle them. I don't like crowds. That was an illusion. And that came on strong and at full force at the perfect timing. So trust that. Trust your life's unfoldment. Trust the timing. Trust your dreams. Number 5, and there will be a 6. Your next step. If you go along with this process, pretty much pulling you along anyways, it's tough to resist at this point. If you just go along, go with the flow of your life. Your next step, your map, your plan, it will be illuminated. But it might intimidate you. My next step was illuminated. It was a retreat. It intimidated the crap out of me. Scared me. I'll give an even better example. Someone I've come to know recently, my friend Josh Wilson, he's been helping out with the retreats, become a close friend of mine. And he was a past business coaching client where I was helping him build his YouTube channel. And he came and he participated in these ceremonies, and he had a massive transformation. And his next step became illuminated. But it scared him. He had about 3 ideas he shared with me 2 of them were sort of not all that intimidating. One of them was. And what his thing is, he's a breathwork specialist, and but he's 21. He's new at this, and he got the download, the idea that maybe I should start holding free breathwork shops in the park. That's scary. That's really putting your money where your mouth is. That's attracting people. It's putting you on the spot. And he said, but that one scares me. In my head, I said, that's the one. You got to go for it, Josh. And I've been pushing him hard to do it, and he's doing it. He's announced it. I'm very proud of him and happy for him. But those are that's the key. I said that fear, that's your friend. That trepidation, that's a sign. That's what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for that. So don't let your fear or apprehensions, which are pretty much inevitable when you take a big next step, stop you. That's the exact direction you want to go. And if you can sort of just take that leap of faith, you might fall. You might not fly right out of the gates. You might fall and crash about 10 times, but guess what? That 11th time, it'll click. And you will be a badass. You will then be living at your potential until the next step. But that's how it goes, my friends. And lastly, number 6, when you follow the path being laid out before you from your heart, from your soul, there's all kinds of support, including finding your tribe. You have a tribe. Contrary to what you might be thinking right now, you have a tribe, and there's a lot of people, a lot of souls. You didn't come here alone. You came here with a wealth of support, of like vibration souls, probably connected to your major oversoul. And when you really come into that alignment with your truth, those other members of your soul family who have also come into their own alignment, you'll start sort of binding together in the most beautiful and synchronistic and even sometimes mysterious ways. You'll realize that you are supported. You'll meet the right people at the right time who have the right message, the right qualities, the right, connections. And then you'll have something to offer them. And it's this beautiful exchange of energy that I, for one, was skeptical about for quite a while. It's been happening to me so much. I've been coming into contact with so many awesome friends and connections and partners and allies, and they've just been falling into my life. Now, why do I say that? Do I say that to brag to you? No. The secret, the magic to these energy readings, here's what I do. I just share to you what's going on in my own life. And somehow that just so happens to be accurate for so many people watching. I'll have an insight, an intuition to share about this particular aspect of my life. When I have 5 of those insights, there's a video. It's just like that. So what's going on with Vic tends to be what's going on with those who watch me, those who are attracted to this message, which means, of course, you, my friend. Joshua, going back to my friend. The way it worked out for him to come to my retreat was very random. I had another assistant who I had planned to have assist me with my retreat. 2 days before, he kind of flaked out a little bit. And I sort of, in my mind, always knew it would be Joshua. I don't know how, but I thought to text him thinking, wow, this guy, it's kind of a lot to ask for only 2 days notice to come spend 4 full days at my house without dropping everything. Guess what? It worked out for him beautifully. He met a lot of people. He's got me in his life now supporting him, and he's got his own sort of soul tribe that he just sort of manifested just like that because he's been working and chipping away at his life purpose, like all of you. So you're not alone. Okay, that's all, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you guys an amazing month. I have such high hopes and I just feel like this month is going to be awesome for all of us doing the work, which is all of you, because you're still alive, you're still kicking, you're still rolling with these intense energies, and you will manifest the results of your hard work. Okay, and now is a great month to do just that. If you guys want, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I've become pretty active on Instagram. I know I only upload YouTube videos here and there now when I feel guided, but I do daily content on Instagram, daily stories, IGTV videos, live videos sometimes. So if you want, there's a link down below. You can check it out. You can follow me on Instagram if you want more of Victor. If not, I'm not offended. I wish you well nonetheless. You guys have an amazing day, an amazing month. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your hard work. And just thank you for being you, okay? Namaste.